Here we are looking at a very disappointed man in Zach Lloyd, a young man, and let's see what his comments were after the race.
It's Steffi Magnetica.
Yeah, she should have won.
He stated she should have won. At the time when he first said it, I thought it was a heat of the moment comment. I thought, yeah, she should have gone close. It was a heat of the moment from a young man, young-blooded man who's very determined jockey, a good jockey at that. But then when I had a look at it, I totally agree with Zach Lloyd. Steffi Magnetica should have won the Golden Eagle. Let's have a close look at it with the overview, and we'll see why I have that opinion. And maybe you'll have that opinion after this as well. Here's the overhead shot. We've got Steffi Magnetica on the rail. Lake Forest behind it, slightly off the rail actually. And they're both making their runs together along the rail, and they're both finishing hard. Let's have a look. Steffi Magnetica on the rail. Lake Forest is about to follow it through. There we go. Let's stop it here. As you can see, Steffi Magnetica is making very good ground on the rail. There's starting to be a gap here. Macarena's maybe shifting out a little bit. A gap starting to appear here. You can see it nice and up there, and you can see Mullen now, what's his name? Kieran Fallon is following Zach now. He's going, well, this horse has taken me through. Now, you can see Zach is starting to leave the rail. He's looked ahead. He's a good jock. And he sees that gap and he's like, I'm finishing hard. I'm going to go through this gap no matter what. He's probably, being the young lad and the fiery, he probably lit up a little bit too quick. He should have held there. But this is why he's a good jockey. He spots those gaps and he takes them. And he's starting to shift off the rail because he can see that gap now. He's got a 2 lengths advantage on Lake Forest, and they're both finishing just as hard as each other. Zach sees that gap. He's going through it. It's too late now to back out. This boy here, because he's got him behind, he's got no choice. That's his only gap. If he stays in this line, he's behind Steffi. So he's going to the rail. And as soon as he starts to put, he is stopped dead in his tracks. And I reckon Steffi Magnetica was finishing just as hard as Lake Forest, maybe not quite as hard. The point is, if Zach stayed on the rail, this horse wouldn't have had a run. And he would have won. Lake Forest wouldn't have got the run if Zach Lloyd stayed on the rail. But again, I don't want to say this is jockey error. He might have had enough time to change direction. But we're talking split seconds here. So this gap closes. This horse has shifted off its line and has stopped it right in his tracks. There we go. Now he's trying to get across him. It's all too late. Lake Forest gets the gap, crams the others, and wins the race. And look at Steffi here. Here's the front on. Look, they're just finishing as hard as each other. Look, and he's got the only momentum stops when the horse starts to shy from the run and can't get through. Should have won. I really believe what we just saw there should have won. Lake Forest was a deserved winner. I actually backed Lake Forest and I had nothing on Steffi Magnetica. True. And now I realise how lucky I am to win, because if Zach stayed on the rail, Lake Forest never would have got that run. And I believe Steffi was finishing hard enough. Definitely, we saw that. It was finishing as good as Lake Forest and had that 2 lengths advantage. If Lake Forest got the winner, Lavaza, whatever that horse's name, good horse's name is called, she would have won. Now, the protest. Well, I think in saying that, we just saw that there was a run there. He went for it. Had that horse not shifted off its line, he would have got that run. Zach Lloyd definitely would have got that run. He can take runs. And the gap was big enough. He's a good jockey. He might be young, he's a very good jockey. He knew it was a run there. Had the horse shifted out earlier, he would have went on the rail. But it hadn't. He picked his run. The horse shifted out off his line and took his run. It was always a bit tight. So him taking that run, would Lake Forest maybe still beat it? I don't know. But that protest against the second horse should have been upheld. The question is, they fined the jockey of the first horse $100,000, which that's another story again. That's probably a bit harsh, shifted out in the end a little bit right on the post. Get fined $100,000. He just tried to correct it last minute. The other jockey got fined $60,000. Maybe that's fair enough. They did that to the international jockeys. Were the stewards hesitant when a horse comes all the way for our big race? Fine the horse $60,000. Take it from second position to fifth. Lose all that prize money as well. Were the stewards, was that in the back of the mind? The stewards like, this is an international horse. This is not very good hospitality to fine the jockey 60 grand, relegate it from second to fifth. Did that have any weight on their decision? I have to wonder, because I must admit, I really believe the horse should have won. Lake Forest had nothing to do with that interference. He's a deserved winner, but definitely should have been protest second. And that's where Zach Lloyd, that young man, was so upset. You could see after he goes over the line, he shakes his head. He knows he maybe made that wrong decision as well. Split second decision to go for the run and not wait a second longer before making that commitment, and then waiting to see the shift in the horses before taking that inside run. So he's going to win many big races, but the owners of Steffi are not going to have those chances again. So that's my view. I hope I've given you more insight there, and I think there was a very interesting race and a lot of drama, a lot happening in one race. Thanks, guys. Take care. See ya.